Hi to all my blog followers, and I am so glad that you are still reading the book of Isaiah and see it as a challenge to your spiritual and biblical growth. This week, chapters 50 through 54 will be assigned reading one chapter a day, followed with the Salt Shaker devotions. Bart and Dolores are your authors this week. In chapter 50, God promised to fight for Israel, but Israel sold itself into sin. They forgot God and trusted in other countries to help them. Israel rejected God. If we walk by our own light and reject God's, we become self-sufficient, and the result of self-sufficiency is torment. Instead, trust the Lord, wait on Him, and He will give you the light that you need. The nation prepared to leave Babylon and return home in chapter 51. They needed to strengthen their faith in Jehovah. God wanted them to look back and recall their spiritual roots, the call of Abraham, the exodus from Egypt. Then He said, look up. He wanted them to consider God's creation and remember what a great God He is and how lasting His word is. And finally, our Lord told them to look ahead. That will be when their kingdom is established and all Israel's enemies defeated. Chapter 52 shares 4 actions. 1, wake up. God will do a new thing for them. 2, dress up, for the feast is about to begin. God has forgiven them and brought them home. 3, speak up. Tell the world what God has done for His people. And 4, clean up. They are to carry the holy vessels to Zion and not defile themselves. Jesus Christ, God's perfect sacrifice for the sins of the world, is written about in chapter 53. The chapter teaches of substitutionary atonement and the innocent Son of God who died on the cross in the place of guilty sinners and paid the price for sin. We do know that it accomplished salvation for the lost world. Heaven praises the Lamb of God, and His people on earth glory in His cross. God tells Israel about the future of regathering and restoring. Chapter 54 shares of the wonderful changes God makes when trials and sufferings end. Even though the storms of life are painful, one day they can lead to great joys for us and bring glory to our God and to our King. Next week, we will continue with another 5 chapters in the book of Isaiah. Don't forget to check in, because Biblical Shakers makes reading the Bible way more enjoyable for you. And I pray the Lord will put a hunger on your heart.